for that water to really get acclimated. And what happens is it works just like your stomach does. There's a boiler system in there that keeps those things at 97.6 degrees, and these bugs,
And the pH has to be
the
7.
pH has got to be right.
Right, 7 point.
And so, you know how your digestive system works in a human being, it's the same way. And the bugs got to stay alive, they got to stay at a certain temperature, and they only want to eat the same sort of food every day. They don't want to have any kind of a
No
upset.
variety.
No, they don't want to have any kind of an upset. So you have to mix everything together and hold it that way. And then after, so every week we have this stuff tested, and then we can send it to town after that.
So when you wash these trucks, what are you washing out of them?
Mainly liquid feed products, tallow products, meat scraps. They haul a lot of dog food.
Okay.
Just,
You don't haul any human consumables,
we do,
do you?
oh yeah, but that's a whole nother story. So
Oh.
then, that's done in a different wash bay, and it's all kept separate. But that, you have to have a kosher certificate
Oh,
to
yeah,
get
now
out.
we have one, tell that.
So
Yeah.
that's, that's a religious thing, and now all products are basically kosher. 'Cause they don't wanna go to the grocery store and say, oh, we got a kosher lane here and a.
Oh, so
Yeah.
whether you know it or not, you're buying kosher.
Yeah, so your
Yeah.
ketchup and all that stuff is all
Oh,
kosher.
But yeah,
So then you have to get a certificate, so you have to have a rabbi come and check your paperwork and check your facility, and you have to hold the tank at 180 degrees for 15 minutes. And then, you have to take a sample, and then they'll certify it that way. And then that trailer has to remain in that production.
edible.
and how did you learn all this stuff, Roger?
One step at a time.
Yeah.
Kind of grew by osmosis
Yeah,
and,
right.
yeah.
I went and visited about every wash bay in the country back in probably 1990. I think we built this place in 98, so about 1996 or 7, that's when this first started coming on. And so I started going around the countryside visiting people who had wash bays, and took the best ideas that they had and
Yeah.
implemented them here.
Where's your closest competition?
Oh, there's places in Sioux City, there's places in,
Omaha?
no, there's none in Omaha besides us. Kansas City,
Okay.
They got a lot of wind trucks, different trucking companies. They
Yeah.
push their tanks up. You get there, go there
Yeah, you
Monday
see,
morning, they're lined up from all over the country.
most of them though are, so these most of them have their own captive wash bays, like John's Root only washes out John's Root trucks.
okay.
So there's other places around, but most of them are all captive. Our wash bay, we wash 50 trailers out a day. And so everybody wants to come here because it's bang, 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 shoot them up, get out of here. Other places, there's a 6-hour wait, you gotta it's just, we go other places and you get jacked around.
Yeah.
Here, we know the score. We know that truck's not making any money. We know the driver's unhappy. They're waiting around. There's no
So what's your turnover time?
an hour.
Oh my,
So it's get them in, get them out,
yeah.
get the money.
And get their money.
But you visit that wash bay, and it's very sophisticated. I mean, it's a lot more to it than what he's talking about. I mean, and
There's giant boiler systems in there, and
he developed a
internal
whole
water systems.
system goes inside the tank, and I mean,
Yeah.
the nozzle, it's pretty too tough to explain right now, but anyway, it's very sophisticated.
It's a big business for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, so this Jim Wells, he was an engineer for the digesters, and this guy was an older gentleman, so he had the whole design done, and he hands it to me, and we're looking at it, and I said, well, that's not gonna work.
Oh,
What? I said, that won't work. Why not? I said, because those pumps will be plugged up in no time.
oh.
Well, how do you know that? I have experience at pumping shit.
Yeah, literally.
And so he ends up changing the design, and then we got to be good friends, and he was always.
The biggest thing on a competition basis is they get an unlimited supply of water. Where you go somewhere else, they don't have.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a well, or what do you,
Well,
you have your own well?
They get 500 gallons a minute out of right out of
Yeah,
you're in the Ogallala Aquifer, right?
Wow.
Can you imagine if you used 50,000 gallons of water a day, if you had to buy it all?
true. Yeah, you're right, that
That's
saved your
a
life.
profit for
But
sure.
we're also very conservative with the water, because it's like that's what the digester basically is limited by. How many gallons a day or a week you can get through it.
Yeah.
So you don't want to just splash a bunch of water in there for no reason.
Yeah,
So you want to, we time these things and make sure that
yeah.
we're only going to use so much water per trailer.
Briefly tell us about the big flood. I know it affected you greatly. Did it shut you down completely?
Yes. So I think it was March 15th of 1919. The big flood happened, and it was totally
You said 19, you meant 20.
no
2019. right?
2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, 29.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, it was just the perfect storm. And so we weren't expecting that much water. We thought it would get to the 2011 model, and then they had that big dam break up in northwestern Nebraska. That was a 1,200 acre lake that broke. And the deluge happened. And it happened so fast, and we had like 24 hours to get all this stuff out. So we had to kind of pick and choose what we took out. And so we took all the most valuable stuff out that we could get out. And we basically were in the office buildings, and it was flooded, and we moved all the computer systems upstairs and stayed overnight. My nephew Evan stayed overnight, unplugged everything, plugged everything back in upstairs. Saturday we came in, we dispatched all the trucks, and then Greg Young let us use his facility up there where the Dodge dealership was.
Oh,
So we took all the computers out by airboat, got everything out, took it up to Greg Young's, plugged it all back in, and it all amazingly worked. So then we sit there for, I think, maybe 6 weeks, and we ran everything out of there, and we had a wash bay that we rented in Omaha, and we got by.
you got by. And how long? 6 weeks, you say?
6 weeks it took us to get everything
Back to
back
normal.
to normal. It wasn't normal, but we were able to move back in.
Right.
And yeah, we had a lot of help, a lot of good people.
And you got some compensation from FEMA?
No,
No.
we didn't get any money from FEMA. FEMA, that's a joke.
Did you apply to FEMA?
Well, yeah, we did, but if you make any money, you're not going to get any money. That's only for the very,
Yeah.
very poor. So if you are homeless and you have no income, FEMA can help you. Now, FEMA will loan you money
Oh,
if you want to borrow the money at a higher rate than you can borrow it from a
From the
bank.
bank.
That's why do it. I mean,
wow. I didn't realize that. Well, listen, guys, we have talked for almost an hour, believe it or not. So, anything else you kind of want to get off your chest?
Off our chest.
I was just thinking maybe if you brought some beer in, we'd talk.
I got one other thing to add.
I'm going to stop it right there.
Hey, can I add one
Yes.
more thing to add to
Yes.
that? Okay. So, Jim, the guy, the truck, your driver that died, Jim Cronin.
Crow, yeah.
Jim Cronin owned the country bar. So, there's a lot of detail what probably in it, but anyway, Jim wanted out of the country bar, so Roger bought
Bought the bar. Mhm.
from him and then hired Jim as a driver. And so now the country bar, the ladies that used to own
The lunch bucket.
the lunch bucket, they were the ones that.
I think they were at the country club for a
Yeah,
while
Yeah,
too.
yeah, the same people, yeah. So that's how that, but anyway. And then Jim Cronin died of, well, I think of, he was one of the first people that died from
COVID?
COVID.
Oh,
They never did, because he got a virus and they couldn't stop it with no drugs. But anyway, and he died on Christmas, New Year's Eve, wasn't it? New Year's Eve.
so you still own the building, but you lease it all out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they do a fabulous business over there.
Yeah.
they do good, yeah.
Yeah,
And I want to add one little thing to it, but that one of the things that Roger already had going for him is he had the banker that died of,
Jim Bronson?
yeah, Jim Bronson. He was really,
he's a good guy.
yeah,
Oh,
Okay, I'm going to stop it, you guys.
all right.
Thank you so much.
yeah, that went
It's
very well.
very, very interesting. It will be part of our Cass County history.